success, prosperity, inner peace. Achieve it all. Follow the master method.
Hi everyone, I'm Marco Cias, and welcome to the Master Method, a show that was created with the intention to give the viewers tools to achieve their own successes, overcome challenges, but most importantly, create the life of your dreams. Today's show is a very special show. We're actually talking about the New Year's and beginning the New Year's and the goals that you want to set for the upcoming year. We have a couple of very important and very special guests. Their names are Pattie Brown and Harby Tran. They are the publishers for the 27 Inc. magazine, and they're also the hosts of 27 Inc. radio show. They're going to be giving us their clues to success in this edition of the Master Method. Now remember, every time that we talk about goal setting, we talk about the journey of achieving those goals. And right now, the beginning of the year is a perfect time for you to set your goals and to really take a hard look at yourself and decide, where do I want to go? What do I want to do in this upcoming year? Hopefully we're going to be able to help you today to lay down that path so you can achieve your successes and create that life that you always desire. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back everyone. We're at the Master Method, and our show today is dedicated to planning for a new year, a fresh start. We have today some very special guests. Her name is Harby Tran and Pattie Brown. How are you guys today?
Doing well, Marco.
Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you so much.
I'm so glad you guys could come today. Now, you guys are a very successful and very inspirational story. That's why I brought you guys here today, because I want the viewers to kind of get, learn from you guys and kind of get, it's contagious when I'm around you guys. Mm-hmm. Your motivation and your positivism is just amazing. And I want the viewers to get a little piece of that today. Now, today we're talking about planning for the New Year's. So we're going to talk a whole lot about what to do in your business or in your careers or even in your life that can help you at the beginning of the year and begin planning for your success. You guys own a magazine. Yes. Called 270 Inc. You also are the host of a radio show, which I was a guest a couple of months ago, and I gotta tell you, I had so much fun being with you guys. It was really cool. So, but before we start going into what you do, I want to learn a little bit about you, or I want the viewers to learn a little bit about you and how did you came to be, a little bit of your background. Let me start with Harby. And what is your background, specifically?
Well, my background is mostly in marketing. I'm a local guy, grew up in this area, and went to school at the University of Maryland for an undergrad degree in communications, and then finished up at Johns Hopkins University with a degree in marketing management. So over the years, I've worked for companies in a marketing capacity. I've also had an advertising agency in Bethesda for a number of years, and my career has been kind of all over the place, but one of the things that did for me was it gave me a wide variety of experiences working for a large number of companies, whether they're B2C, business to consumer, or B2B, business to business, or even B2G, which would be business to government. So it's been a fun ride so far. I hope it continues for a long time.
Very cool. And how about Pattie? Tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, you don't have a couple of hours, so I'll try to condense it. I think a couple of friends recently called me a Renaissance woman. I think I've done almost everything. My general background is marketing and advertising. That is where I'm mostly steeped. I went to college in New York, and then I worked at an ad agency on Madison Avenue. But my travels over the years have taken me into very different types of work. I've done everything from corporate marketing and being in a VP position there to small business marketing. I then kind of took off for a couple of years and did the hippie thing and lived in the mountains and opened a restaurant and really got into the spiritual aspect of my life, and then brought it back to the East Coast where I could parlay it back into my ad agency and from there, of course, I met Harby, and we became business partners, and we've kind of turned our careers into that direction. But I mean, that's about as, I've never put it quite that quickly, but I've done quite a little bit of everything that really kind of makes me who I am today.
It's hard to break it down so simply.
Really hard,
isn't it?
especially when you've done so many things. That has
Sure.
something to do
Right.
with it, yeah.
But believe it or not, all those things that you've done, it led you to
Everything.
here today, to what you're doing today. And you guys own a very successful magazine
Yeah.
called 270 Inc. And I was telling you before the show began, I really like it. And let me tell you why I like it so much. I like it because people get to see, they can find inspiration there. They can find like that little light that can help you along the way, to see the way. You guys feature all these motivational stories about local business people, local companies that actually are achieving success.
Yeah.
And they are giving their clues to success for everyone to understand and to learn. That's kind of like the Master Method is all about. That's what this show is all about.
Right, right.
So that makes it really, really cool and very unique. I haven't seen any magazine that can actually do that.
Yeah, I have to say, I credit Harby with the original vision of what this magazine should be. He always said that it should educate, it should inspire, and it should entertain. And I believe that that vision has really come to fruition through our production of it. But we do aspire to inspire, but we also want people to learn from it. We want people to recognize that you live in a region where the world is turning to the people who live here for their
Right.
expertise. But these are your neighbors. These are the people in your
Right.
backyard. So we give voice to your own backyard, which is why you feel so connected to it.
And there is so much talent in this area. There is so much opportunity, so much business.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I mean, really.
Marco, I say it all the time. I think we live in the center of the universe. You know, when you think about the talent, the business, the brain power, the research, everything that's occurring in this region is just, like you said, I mean, the world is turning to this region for answers for so many different things.
Right.
But I also believe that one of the reasons that the magazine is as successful as it is because we, unlike a lot of other publications, we go out into the community and we ask people to contribute. We ask them, what is important? What do you know? How can you share that information with your other peers so that you're actually in a position where you're teaching people, but you're also offering it without asking for anything in return. It's not
Right.
self-serving. It's literally saying, here's what I know and here's what I can possibly help you with, and I look forward to hearing what you can share. So you have this voice that's become a community voice for the business population of this region. And so it really does have its success steeped in the idea that it's inclusive as opposed to exclusive.
Right.
We like the concept of a human interest business magazine. And that's really what this what brought this, I think, to the table in the beginning was that, you know, we felt like there really needed to be some sort of a venue that enabled people to learn from each other, enabled people to connect with each other on much more of a human
Right.
side of things than, say, you know, a specific business orientation. So we do that. You know, we're not news necessarily. I mean, certainly some of our stories are a little bit more journalistically involved, but more than the news, we're just about the people behind the businesses, behind the news.
Or the information that the people have.
You know, I highly
Sure.
recommend, you know, everyone that's a business owner or is planning to have a business to actually get hooked up with your magazine. I mean,
Yeah.
really.
Thank you.
And
Well, they
because
can.
that's-
We're online, and they can actually subscribe for free.
And,
That's
and
right.
what's the website for that?
It's 270inc.com.
Oh, very
Real
cool.
simple.
So I really highly recommend, especially for this year coming up,
Yeah.
New Year's beginning, many people want to start their own businesses,
Sure.
or they want to change what they already have and you know, do better on, you know, on the upcoming year.
Everybody in business wants to constantly be progressing.
Sure.
Right.
You know, if you're not progressing, well, then you're stagnating, and that leaves you vulnerable to competition, to
Right.
loss.
There is no
You know?
such thing as always the same. You always either increasing or you are decreasing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's always changing all the time.
It is.
And so you either go up or you go down.
And you have to be on top of your game. I mean, you more than anybody knows that. You have to constantly be training
Absolutely.
and improving your skills and trying new things.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny you said that. When I was a fighter, and you know, I achieved 7 world championships. So every time I step in the ring, I knew the guy in front of me was prepared to beat me.
Right.
Was ready to beat me.
Right.
And so I had to be better than my last fight.
Sure.
Whoever I fought. I had to be better than my last time that I was on the ring, or I had to, you know.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yes, it was. But you know what? You know, I was always conscious of it. I was conscious of my competition. I always knew that I had to get better. I had to get the edge.
You know, I have to tell you, there's a quote that you gave one of my writers when we interviewed you that really resonated for me. You said, every failure is part of your success because it gives you the tools that you need to improve.
Absolutely.
Like that
And
a
that's,
lot.
it's, and I personally, I
Absolutely.
think I live that. I think a lot of the time as professionals, we fear failure for our own insecurities. We're so afraid that somebody's going to notice that we're flawed and they're going to unravel and realize, oh, they're not good at what they do. And no, we're human and we make mistakes, but every mistake that we make brings us to a level of understanding of how can I do better next time? How can I improve? And I love that quote. I just thought it's going to be in the magazine in February. And I'm very excited.
It's all part of the process, actually. Losing is nothing more than a big part of winning, and that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. That's right. You said in your book, The Master Method, that that all of these experiences, whether they're good or bad, contribute to where you're going.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so you can't look at maybe a failure as a failure.
Right.
You need to look at it as an experience.
Right. Well,
it is.
yeah,
I always give you the tools, or give you knowledge or
Right.
experience for the next step, or bring you closer to your goal.
Sure, but
That
it, you know,
was
it brings
that.
me back to when you say 270 Inc. is so successful. I genuinely believe that in part the success is about our willingness to take leaps regardless of fear, our willingness to face failure without fear. I mean, Harby and I have really blazed some new trails in publishing, specifically in business magazine publishing.
And it hasn't been easy.
No, no, it's definitely not easy because you don't know.
There have been a lot of setbacks along the way.
There have been
Right.
setbacks. You don't know whether or not it's going to work. You have to believe.
You have to
know?
believe, and you have to be fearless. And
You have to be fearless,
you have to go
exactly.
through.
Yeah, and you have to be willing to fail.
Absolutely, because that will bring you closer to your goal anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll be right back to you guys, everybody, right after these messages. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. We are right now preparing for the end of the year with Pattie and Harby from 270 Inc. Welcome back, you guys.
Thank you.
Before we went to commercial, we were talking about you know, some of the things that make your magazine so successful. And I know a few days ago you guys celebrated your first year anniversary, so congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we made it through our first year.
Yes, that was very cool. I went to your party.
Yes, it
That
was
was fun.
wonderful to have
Thank you for coming.
That was really, really fun.
You know, it means an awful lot to me. When I first started looking into this venture, one of the things that I noted was that, you know, just in my own market research and whatnot, that 9 out of 10 magazine titles fail before their third issue. And
Really?
so
Interesting.
just to get through the third issue is monumental. Well, we made it through a year.
Yeah.
So and we're still going. We're we're
Hopefully
getting
have
stronger with
many
each
more years
edition.
to come.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I think Marco had mentioned this off air earlier that our partnership is very unique, and I do credit that a lot.
It is. You guys are so unique. It's very
Yeah.
hard to find partners that get along so well.
Well, and I think both of us have had other business partners that didn't necessarily work out as well, but we, for whatever the reason is, there's a synergy that we share. You know, Harby's fond of saying we have, you know, two halves of the same brain, because what I don't know or I don't see, he is immediately on it, and vice versa.
That doesn't make us twice as good. That makes us as good as one.
maybe, but it's 4 hands instead of 2, right?
That's right.
But no, I really think that a good deal of what makes us unique is our partnership and the way that it works and the way that we work together. It is really hard, and Mark, you can speak to this as well, and you and I can both speak to it from past experiences. It's difficult to partner in a business because it's not the same thing as love or romance, where you make a
Right.
commitment and you make it work, you have a family. We're all too comfortable saying, it's just business, I'm done with you. And
Right.
people don't work as hard in their business relationships as they should.